Hey everyone. So tonight we wanted to hop on and share stories of anxiety and depression and what we've done to improve symptoms with that. So first we're going to Lauren is going to share her story.
Hey, thanks, Heather. So my story is a little bit different. So my anxiety depression story is about postpartum. Okay, so I've had two different babies. My first baby was a non-juice plus baby, and my second was. And so with my first, I had no idea. Hold on one second. Oh, hold on one second. Sorry. I had no idea about the whole well-being about mental health. So my first, I didn't really know anything about like postpartum depression. Like I obviously had heard about it, but never really knew exactly like what it was. Um, and until I don't feel like I had a bad case of it, but still, I know I experienced some. And so I didn't know anything about omegas back then. I honestly had thought that they were for like my grandmother and older people, but nope, everyone in life needs them. And so fast forward to whenever I had my second baby, and I was then on all of Juice Plus and was taking the omegas consistently. And I had realized that after flooding my body with the whole food nutrition, but especially the omegas, like I call them liquid gold. I call it like I could not go a day without them. I noticed though that I did not have as much postpartum depression after my second baby. And I just know that the omegas had helped so much with them. And even too, like this past year, I've had lots of stuff going on with my family and I've had some little bouts of depression in there. And I know like giving those omegas, and there's times, guys, like I double up every day. I have just since my second baby. And there's days that I have taken 8 omegas a day. And I know it helps so much. Just my mental clarity, the brain fog's not there. Just I know like my brain is so much healthier because of this. And it's just it's amazing what we're doing, because like I mean it's whole food nutrition, and it's just a natural way to help our body get more nutrition in our bodies and what it can do to help. So thanks for letting me speak though, Feather, and share my story.
Thank you. I love that. I've actually not heard you share that part of your story before, so I'm so excited you did. All right, now we're gonna Sandra is going to share not little story, her story, um, in a roundabout way that she didn't realize, but other people pointed it out to her.
Yes, thank you. I was teaching at the time when I discovered Juice Plus, and the Omegas wasn't even out then. But I started with the trio, and I immediately, within a week or so, I could tell the energy and what I was craving and things. And of course, I always call it my snowball effect because it just created more positive and more positive. And I didn't realize how much my attitude was changing. Many of us was stressed at school at the time. We leaned on each other, and I had more coming in, say, to my classroom to talk to me and said, I just need to talk to you. And they would all say, what's happened? How are you handling some of the things that's being thrown at us? And I didn't even really think about it. And I thought, wait a minute, there has to be a connection. And I truly believe it was. And like Lauren said, some days I would even double up. And two, when I'd be around sniffly, snotty kids, I would double up. And then when the omegas came out, it took it to a whole different level. And so, just like she says, some days I've been doubling up. I'm retired now, but I sub, and I've subbed a lot this past week. Trust me, seniors are done with high school. And so I keep extra omegas in my purse. And I truly believe it. The power of the omegas. So that's just my little snippet that people saw it in me before I even realized. And way back then, I didn't realize the whole truth and the power of the plants, but it really got my attention. Thank you.
Wow, that is amazing. I love how people were, and what she didn't say just now, she said a little while ago, she said that people are like, did the doctor give you happy pills? So, I mean, yeah, they For me, they're happy pills for sure.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to share a little bit of my story. Um, I I have dealt with anxiety since I was a little girl. I can remember age 7 packing bags of all the things that are important to me. You know, when you're 7, you're a little girl, your baby dolls and all their clothes, and you need to have a change of clothes and toiletries and all the things that you would lose in case if your house caught on fire. What 7-year-old is conscious of what you would lose if your house caught on fire? No 7-year-old should ever think that way. But that is just how my brain worked all the time, my entire life. It always goes the negative so I can be prepared for what if, what if, what if. And that's not a fun way to live life. It's really hard. And then I was diagnosed with cancer when I was 15. And the results of the chemo led to me being diagnosed with depression at age 19. I was put on Prozac. It made me feel nothing. I was a complete zombie. I didn't feel sad, but I couldn't feel happy, anger, none of the emotions I could feel. And I knew I didn't want to live life like that. So I got off of them and just figured out a way to push through all of the depression and all the anxiety, and thought I was functioning well. And then my nephew died suddenly in 2013. And then in 2016, my dad was given 6 months to live. After my nephew died, I had a mental breakdown, nervous breakdown. I saw a psychiatrist and a counselor. I was put on medication for depression, anxiety, ADHD, migraines. I think that was it. And so I was on 6 different medications, and it was horrible. I hated it. I lived life every day. I still felt like I was a prisoner to my own emotions, to my own brain. And so then when my dad was, I was actually able to get off of everything on my own. With the help of a doctor, I did get myself off of everything, but I still suffered. I still had episodes of anxiety. My poor husband, before we even got married, he saw it firsthand. And it got bad. The depression was awful. I could feel myself going into depression, and sometimes I could pull myself out of it, sometimes I couldn't. Then my dad was given 6 months to live. I planned a wedding in 3 months, and about a month and a half after I got married, I buried my dad. And that will change you. Burying my nephew changed me, but burying my dad, like, part of me was gone. Like, it was like part of me died too that day. And so fast forward 2 years, I was introduced to Juice Plus, and I just thought, okay, I don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. I'm an overworked, underpaid tax accountant that stress eats, and it's not healthy. I probably would go weeks without eating any fresh fruits and vegetables. And so introduced to Juice Plus, I thought this is a great way to get nutrition I'm not getting. My husband was on board, and so we did it. But y'all, what I did not expect, what I did not think would happen, was the nutrition that my body got from the Juice Plus changed my life forever. I was finally able to get off the last antidepressant. I no longer suffer from the anxiety, from the depression. And I'm not saying it healed me, because, no medical claims, and it didn't heal me. It just helps me not have the symptoms. It helps me not suffer. It helps me not have anxiety attacks, panic attacks, depression episodes. Are there times when that does happen? Absolutely. But like Lauren said, we add some more omegas in there and we knock it out. We push through it. And when that happens, I can look back and I can tell you, I ate all kinds of junk and I didn't eat healthy like I should. So I get started back eating healthy and then we're good again. So as long as I get enough sleep, I eat right, get some exercise, and faithfully take my Juice Plus, I I don't have any symptoms. I don't suffer from it. And that is, there's no amount of words that can explain how freeing that is. So why I'm going to share a little bit about, can you all see that okay? So anxiety and depression. Here, I can read it. All right. So what's the difference between depression and anxiety? So you probably felt anxious or depressed before. They are normal human emotions, though they can turn into something much deeper and more serious. If you ask someone to name 2 common mental health issues, they are very likely to name anxiety and depression. Now, if your feelings snowball into something that feels out of your control, your anxiety or depression may have shifted from the normal range of human emotions into a mental health issue. And that is where I was all of the time with both the anxiety and the depression. It literally felt like my whole life was out of my control. Depression and anxiety are 2 very different medical conditions, but their symptoms, causes, and treatments can be very similar. Around 50% of those diagnosed with depression are also diagnosed with an anxiety disorder. And while depression is a singular illness, anxiety is an umbrella term and it covers a range of singular illnesses. One of the most prevalent illnesses under the overarching term of anxiety is generalized anxiety disorder. So one of the key differences between depression and anxiety is how you respond to the trigger. Depression usually makes you want to sink into yourself. You withdraw. It's very hard to get anything done. You might feel a complete lack of motivation, or you may feel worthless and lonely. Generalized anxiety disorder tends to feel driven by others, even though it is your own mind creating much of the apprehensive feelings and negativity. It is tied to others. You may feel terrified of being rejected or new social situations because you foresee the potential for bad things to happen, like social anxiety. You might even feel anxious about being anxious in the future. Types of anxiety disorders include panic disorder, mood disorder, or bipolar. You are either overthinking about the past or worried about the future. And that was me my entire life. And I can still do it. I can still overthink about things that happened in the past, and I can worry about what's coming in the future. It's like fear of the unknown on overdrive. So some symptoms of depression: feelings of powerlessness, low mood or emotions, hopeless that your situation will change, don't think the future holds potential, lack of self-worth, feel like a burden to loved ones or family members, lack of energy, appetite loss, unexplained muscle aches, loss of interest in hobbies or friendships, and increased sleep. Symptoms of anxiety: thoughts that something is wrong, racing thoughts and mind in overdrive, panic or anxiety attack, inability to relax or shift focus away from fears, avoiding situations that could cause anxiety, fear of death or perceived dangers, difficulty concentrating, flaky or changes mind quickly, heartburn or GERD. That one shocked me. GI issues, increased heart rate, and high blood pressure, insomnia or waking in the middle of the night, dizziness and muscle tension, and sweaty palms or shortness of breath. So you might notice that those with anxiety are keyed up, while people with depression often move more slowly and feel the need for breaks. Once you've determined what is going on, you can start to work through the barriers that are imposing unwanted feelings into your life. And you might be wondering, can you have anxiety and depression at the same time? Absolutely. It's called mixed anxiety and depressive disorder. It's even given its own category. In these cases, you might have symptoms of both conditions, but not severe enough for a diagnosis of either condition. or the combination can be debilitating, earning it a diagnosis of its own. And I personally was on the debilitating end of the diagnosis. So, treating anxiety or depression. There's two different mental health issues. They're actually treated in similar ways. Two main treatments recommended for anxiety or depression are psychological therapy and medication. You know, if you feel like you're having any of these issues, you definitely want to seek out help from a medical professional. Because, like myself, medication was what I needed then. So then you can also change daily activities to help heal the depression and anxiety. So sleep, you definitely want to make sure you get plenty of sleep. 7 to 9 hours is the recommended amount of sleep each night. Avoid devices, computers, and TV for at least an hour before laying down to go to sleep. I don't do this. I probably should, because that would probably help me sleep better. You definitely want to exercise. Aim for 3 to 5 workouts a week for at least 30 minutes each session. And I can tell you that when I do get the exercise in, I feel better, and I notice the symptoms are a lot less for me. Healthy diet. Like I said, when I eat healthy and I take my Juice Plus regularly, I don't suffer from it. And so you want to power your body with the food and nutrients it needs. Avoid high carb and sugar foods. These will cause spikes in your blood sugar and insulin levels. You want to pursue a diet that is as full of vegetables as possible. Also add in low sugar fruits like berries, nuts, avocados, and olives that will increase your levels of healthy fat, which is really good for your brain. Don't think of being good or bad when it comes to food. Eating is not a moral behavior unless it gets to greater gluttony. You're making choices on how to power your body. Be gentle with yourself and just keep aiming for foods that make you feel good after you swallow them. Your relationship with food should be one of honesty and gratitude. Prayer and meditation. So you want to spend quiet time talking to your creator, and stilling your mind will help you reduce feelings of stress and anxiety. Use the time to reflect on positive mantras that promote healthy truths in your life. For depression, focus on uplifting mantras like I wake up, I get up, I show up. For anxiety, focus on your value and worth. I am enough. My friends and family care about me and want me to thrive. I can do this. And then mindfulness. When you have a quiet time of meditation, start thinking about how anxiety or depression has impacted your life. Stop bad habits like smoking or substance abuse that you may have sought out for temporary fixes. Those things exacerbate issues and make your healing process take much longer. So why Juice Plus? Why do I choose Juice Plus every single day and will continue to choose Juice Plus every single day? The research. There are over 40 independent peer-reviewed scientific publications, and these are all the different results, but there's two key ones that I want to dig into a little bit, and it's the gut health and the increase of the omega-3 index. So omega-3 index. Our studies have shown that the omega-3 index measures the amount of the omega-3 fatty acids, DHA, and EPA in the red blood cells. Achieving omega-3 index of 8 to 12% has been linked with a variety of positive health outcomes. A randomized controlled clinical study in healthy adults found that plant-based Juice Plus Omega Blend significantly increases the omega-3 index after 8 weeks of supplementation, with an even greater increase seen after 16 weeks. So in the Harvard Health Publishing Journal, January 1st of 2019, they did a little article on omega-3s for anxiety. And what they found was that omega-3 fatty acid supplements may help ease anxiety symptoms in people diagnosed with a range of physical and mental health problems. According to a review published in September 14th, 2018 in the JAMA Network Open, the report pulled findings from 19 different studies and included 1,200 people. Most of the studies compared omega-3 supplements to placebo. Taken together, the studies included people with a range of health problems, including heart attacks, attention deficit disorder, substance abuse, depression, and Parkinson's disease, as well as some groups without any specific clinical diagnosis. Researchers found that people who took high doses of omega-3s seemed to have the most reduction in anxiety symptoms. And then gut health. So the composition of the gut microbiome, the unique collection of microbes that inhabit our bodies, has been shown to influence many areas of physical and mental health. A two-phase study in overweight women found that Juice Plus capsules and Complete by Juice Plus shake positively impact the gut microbiome, supporting gut health. And in an article in the Harvard Health Publishing on the gut-brain connection, the brain has a direct effect on the stomach and intestines. For example, the very thought of eating can release stomach juices before food gets there. The connection goes both ways. A troubled intestine can send signals to the brain, just as a troubled brain can send signals to the gut. Therefore, a person's stomach or intestinal distress can be the cause or the product of anxiety, stress, or depression. And that's because the brain and the GI system are intimately connected. And so, you know, back when we talked about the healthy diet, you want to have a diet full of vegetables and the low sugar fruits. Well, that's what Juice Plus gives you. It gives you all these different, the acerola, cherry, orange, apple, peach, lemon peel, pineapple, date, beet, cranberry, mango, prune. And then you get spinach, cabbage, kale, tomato, parsley, broccoli, carrot, garlic, rice bran, blueberry, bilberry, blackcurrant, Concord grape, pomegranate, elderberry, cranberry, blackberry, cocoa, raspberry, and artichoke. And so not only are all of these helping give your brain what it needs to function properly, to not suffer from the anxiety or the depression, it's also helping your immune system strengthen to fight off illnesses, everyday illnesses that we come in contact with every single day. And again, the omega blend is a plant-based. You've got safflower seed oil, raspberry seed oil, sea buckthorn berry oil, pomegranate seed oil, algae oil, and tomato seed oil. And so real quick, just some benefits of that. Bioavailable means it's in your system almost immediately. Better digestion, which that helps the gut health, keeps body detox, natural boosted energy, lower cholesterol, stronger immune system, healthier heart, improved memory, lower oxidative stress, high in antioxidants, protects the heart, improves hair and nail, aids the digestive system, decrease anxiety, ADD, ADHD symptoms, cholesterol, mood swings. It can improve hair growth, skin, memory problems, vision. It reduces inflammation, regulates blood sugar, supports baby's brain and eye development, and supports cardiac longevity. And so real quick, Juice Plus, and there's no comparison to Juice Plus and a multivitamin. Juice Plus doesn't have a warning label. It contains a nutrition label. It's whole foods, completely safe for babies, children, and nursing mothers. Non-GMO, bioavailable, completely raw, never heated, and is certified, and it's wheat and gluten-free. A multivitamin is the complete opposite of that. And the biggest thing is there's warning labels, and it's not safe for babies, children, or nursing mothers. And then you've got the Juice Plus Chews versus this leading brand of children's vitamins. We've seen studies that what artificial sweeteners, the colors and dyes, oil can do to your body. They can mimic health issues and mental health issues that aren't really there. But the biggest thing for me is this warning label on a children's vitamin that accidental overdose of iron containing products is the leading cause of fatal poisoning in children under 6. I don't know about you, but I don't want any child that I love and care about, or any child in this country, consuming something with that kind of warning label. So, does anyone have any questions? Let me look on Facebook and see if we have any questions there. No. Excuse me. No questions there. So you have three choices. You can hear what you heard tonight and think, this is great information, but it's not for me. Maybe it's for someone that you know and you can share it with them. Or you're like, this is something for me. I need to take this stuff. I need to get on it. Reach out to whoever invited you to this call or shared the recording with you, and they'd be happy to have a conversation with you. Or you can have in your mind, you're thinking, this is gonna be great for me, and it would be great for my husband, my kids, my mom, my brother, my sister, whoever, family, friends. Have a conversation with who invited you or shared this recording with you, because the business might be great for you and it would be a great way for you to earn a little bit of extra income, if only to cover your product. So I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we will be back Thursday night with talks about ADHD. Good night, guys.